Welcome to Kitco News. I'm Niels Christensen. We're at day 2 at the Silver Gold Summit in San Francisco. Joining me today is Keith Neumeyer, CEO and President of First Majestic Silver. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, Niels. Nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too. Last month you announced near record silver production. How is it obviously we're entering Q3 earnings. Without getting into too much detail, how has increased production impacted you guys?
Well, it's more than just increasing in the production. We actually had our highest recovery ever in the history of the company over 17 years. We had 88% global recoveries. That's all mines combined, which is pretty astounding. So you add that to the production numbers, and the cash flows for the quarter were quite amazing.
Wow. Okay, so increased cash flow. Last time you were on the show, you were talking to Daniela Camboni about wanting to give a dividend. Mm-hmm. You're not the only one. We've seen it. Other companies increase their dividends. How important is this for the industry to sort of give back value to shareholders?
Well, I think it's very important, quite honestly. I think it's becoming more important. Just going back to your previous question, we'll be putting our financial statements out on November 7th. Mm-hmm. So, people should, pay attention to those numbers. But, we've talked about a dividend a couple of times. It's unfortunately, the last time we spoke about a dividend internally with the board of directors was back in 2011 and then 2012. And we all know what happened to the silver price, and it was a tough 5 years. But I think we're a different company now. We've got two really nice cornerstone assets that are going to be growing over the next 2 to 3 years. The cash flows, even at current metal prices, are quite good. And I think we're at the maturity level of our business whereby a dividend should be paid. Mm-hmm. And we're getting a lot of questions from investors about paying dividends.
I think there's an interesting debate sort of growing among the people that I talk to, dividend or growth. Where do you side? I mean, obviously, you're looking at dividend, but where do you side on what's the best value for investors? Is growth also an option?
Well, growth is something we've never taken our eyes off of. We built this business through acquiring mines, building this company. Back in 2015, we did an acquisition that increased the company by 40%. We did an acquisition in 2018, which effectively doubled the size of the company. So we're always looking for ways to grow the business, but I still think you need both. I think you need management teams need to focus on growth, but at the same time, pay some money. It could be modest amounts, back to the investors. Many of our investors have owned the stock for, right from inception, 15, 17 years.
The term I heard is, rewarding their patience.
88,000 shareholders worldwide and a very dedicated shareholder base.
Just finally, I mean, obviously you guys are in a really good position. What's your take on the market right now?
Yeah, what we're seeing in the market today is, there's a view that interest rates are going to go lower, and that's a fairly new phenomenon. That's only occurred in the last couple of quarters, as you know. So all of a sudden, that's brought in a lot of really new buyers, a lot of big buyers into the gold sector, and that's, of course, moving into the silver sector as well.
Well, thank you very much for your comments. Thank you for joining us at Kitco.
Okay, well, nice meeting you again.